If you're any man in the world, though, you're not happy right now. You tight right now. Want you to make me feel like I'm the only girl in the world.
You know, couldn't deal with this song so recently.
You know what?
I do be feeling like that.
You know, we got to congratulate our good sis.
Girl. Hey, hold on.
She feeling like the only girl in the world.
We need a round of applause.
We do.
I mean, who should we applaud ASAP or should we really be applauding?
I mean, both of them.
All right,
both of them.
Let's give a round of applause, y'all, for Queen Rihanna.
Yes.
And motherfucking ASAP Rocky. Sorry, I had to stop the pause on that because this man had my girl.
City boys are up. New York. The New York men are up this week.
He's only up because he had Queen icon Rihanna, billionaire.
Yes.
Posing up in Harlem under the train tracks for her goddamn belly reveal.
With her belly out after a blizzard, after a snowstorm.
After a snowstorm.
Sis, that's like, love. You really gotta love that man to be outside like that in the snow.
I ain't gonna hold you. She love him.
She does.
Like, fuck the iconic way
and that's why
announcing.
That's why I love this for her. Well, first of all, I had a feeling it was coming anyway, just because she's been wearing his clothes for weeks on the ground. And we know Rihanna love a baggy tomboy chic moment, but it was giving, okay, sis, you shopping in the men's section now.
I ain't gonna hold you. That belly reveal was giving. ASAP is definitely gonna be wearing a Burberry shirt at the baby shower. That is, bro. He's just as Harlem and hood as they fucking come.
Not
that
the
nigga
Burberry baby shower
Okay, fine,
shirt.
my bad.
Damn.
Leave it to ASAP. He's gonna have a Burberry collab for his whole baby shower.
There's gonna be a baby collection that's gonna be released by Burberry, designed by ASAP Rocky and Rihanna. Come and watch.
Nah, we had to start off the pod that way. I want to thank you guys for tuning into another episode of See the Thing Is. Before we get started this week,
yes,
baby, we hitting y'all with 2 episodes a week. Hold on, let me give us another round of applause.
Yes.
So y'all, starting this week, guys, y'all are going to be able to hear us twice a week. We are going to be releasing episodes every Tuesday and every Friday. And we are leaving Bridget's YouTube channel. So where
we are.
Tell them where else they can find us for the visuals.
Well, we're moving on to the See the Thing Is YouTube. The official See the Thing Is YouTube, which is super exciting because I feel like we launched our podcast a little bit over a year ago, and we launched the visuals on Joe Budden's network page. Yes. Which was phenomenal, obviously, because of his, reach. Abundant amount of followers on his YouTube page, which served us very well. But we would love and appreciate for y'all to come over to the official See the Thing Is YouTube page, click subscribe, make sure you like the post, you comment, you engage. Now that we have our own official See the Thing Is podcast YouTube page, Mandii and I are definitely going to be in there engaging and commenting back and forth with y'all, because I definitely am.
Real quick, let me tell you, you've been saying that about the Discord too, and you ain't hopped in yet. But
I did. I hopped in.
Real quick too, visuals will be released on Wednesdays and Saturdays. But let me tell you how old I am. So recently, I just like to read the comments because I know I came. By the way, I just want to be here for the laughs. If you guys don't fucking get that shit, I just be wanting to joke. So last week when Antoinette was going hard for the M&Ms, I said, bitch, I don't even eat them things. Them shit taste like rocks when you put them in a McFlurry. Anyways, like that was the worst McFlurry that they had at McDonald's. Who wants them shits was hard.
I don't think I ever had an M&M McFlurry.
Well, they got the M&M McFlurry, and that shit used to almost break my motherfucking teeth because it would freeze up the goddamn chocolate inside. And also, who likes M&Ms with peanuts? Gross, maybe old people. And so I'm just like, bro,
the M&Ms with peanuts aren't bad, actually.
They gross. I'm like, bro, you going real hard for the mother, and I just don't want. We gonna get back to there because you already know
you were very upset about these M&Ms.
Oh, I'm about to be really upset about fucking Minnie Mouse later. But
did they make you eat M&Ms as a kid?
No, but here's the thing. When we sit on this couch, mind you, bitch, we was drinking motherfucking whiskey last week.
We sure were.
So by the end of the pod, I was like.
But I
love you, Antoinette.
I thought about it and I was like, damn, Mandii really hates M&Ms. Like, she really got to hate. Somebody must have been giving you M&Ms with milk in the cafeteria when you were a kid.
With milk.
No, bitch, because I think that the reason that all of us now are so fucking sensitive about almond milk, and I actually think that public school cafeteria milk as a kid has made us lactose intolerant. More so. Ooh. And so now everybody drinking almond milk, coconut milk, and oat milk.
Oat milk.
Like, we're the generation because we were all traumatized by them giving us milk with every meal, which we do talk about on a Patreon episode. Yeah, so make sure y'all subscribe to the See the Thing Is Patreon, because we definitely get into all the things that we have debunked as adults that we were fed as children, like milk with everything.
Well, I guess we'll start with a quick a quick catch up. Last week after the podcast, we went home. Bitch, I got a nap in because a bitch is old. We actually went to the Wale concert.
We did.
That was a really good time. I want to give a huge shout out to Guap Dad 4000.
Yeah, Guap.
He blessed us with some tickets to come see him, which I appreciated because it was so funny. So he gets up there, mind you, he's hella West Coast. Again, I just love West Coast.
He's a Bay Area dude through and through.
Bro, when I listen to West Coast niggas, I be like, ooh, say the ER again. Ooh, say the full pronunciation of the word. I get hyped when you say big words. I just love that West Coast motherfuckers know how to really say all the syllables in the word. Yeah. And so to rap and say all the syllables, it's a fucking skill. So he gets up on stage.
You can understand everything he says.
I loved it. But the funniest part to me, right? So of course, like he's upstage. It's New York.
Yeah.
A lot of people may not know who Guap Dad is, not familiar with his music.
Which is nuts if you don't.
Right.
At this
point.
He
shouts out then it gets the crowd going. But my favorite part was his hype man plus DJ, love that he was playing both roles, comes out with the water bottle ready. And you hear Guap say, you ain't gonna wet these black people. We can't do the water with the black crowd.
Nope.
Go put the water away. Which is crazy because I've been to places like once you start doing all that water, sir, my hair is done. I came out to the 9. You're not going to mess up my waves.
More importantly than that, it's 12 degrees outside, sir.
It was.
If you throw water on me and I walk outside and catch pneumonia and hypothermia because I was trying to have a good time and get the vibes at this concert, I'm going to be pissed.
Which is crazy because we were preparing that week for a fucking blizzard, snowstorm.
And I was popping shit. I owe Antoinette an apology. I gotta apologize to her. Because in our group chat, she was like, well, I don't know if we can get together, guys. It's gonna snow. And I was like, man, the last 3 times they told us it was gonna snow in New York, it was cap.
This is
really what it was.
This was her response. She said, "Bitch, I ain't gonna hold you."
And so I gotta apologize because I was like, "Girl, it's not about to be real. Like
Bro,
we know
it was real.
As we know, real snow. This shit ain't about to be." And then it was real.
It was real
this weekend. It was real. I walked outside and I was like, "No." I went to the gym on Saturday. I was really impressed with my dedication.
It was so real. I was like, "Wait, Bridget, you're outside." You're not in your home? Like, I was treating it like a fucking hurricane.
I walked outside and I said to myself, Mandii and I might have to pod from Miami or Atlanta or LA next winter because I can't.
First off,
I can't do
Atlanta has snowed this weekend too. I don't know if you've seen it. Bitch, they had snowball fights in Atlanta. And mind you, I don't want to be in Atlanta anytime there's snow around because, baby, they don't salt the roads in Atlanta
because they're not expecting snow.
They're not used to it. Oh, baby, the way that black ice be happening up in Atlanta, ma'am.
No, I'm good.
When I was pushing my little 02 Hyundai Sonata, that was my first car.
Wow,
baby, having to go up some hills. I remember I was going for a dick appointment. Let me tell you. Let me share the story because it was really, really crazy. Mind you, I was only like 18. So mind you, I go to his house and we're only drinking Baileys and hot chocolate because I wasn't really, really super into drinking.
Nobody put you onto the amaretto sour yet?
No, don't do that. Don't do that. So I'm driving my 02 Hyundai Sonata, right? And it's cold. I ain't know nothing really about black ice, bitch. I just moved from Florida.
Right, you've never seen any black ice.
So I'm going up the hill. Do you know, bitch, all I know is my car just started scooting back. And I got so motherfucking scared. I had to call him. I said, yo, you got to come drive my car up this hill because I don't know what to do. And he walked outside, had his boots and had all his like dick appointment outfit, like clothes attire on, and had to get in my driver's seat and drive up the hill because I could not drive that car with the black ice on the road. Oh my God. But yeah, it was wild. But yeah, I just had to share that because, baby, coming from Florida, coming from the South, coming from anywhere.
The only ice you knew was Smirnoff ice. For Florida, sis.
You know what's crazy about that? That was the shit my mom used to drink.
I'm just like, that was the first thing I drank when I got drunk the first time.
And if y'all
I drank a whole case and I was fucked up.
By the way, if y'all are listening to this and maybe you're young because you said, let me listen and learn from the aunties. Smirnoff Ice is equivalent to today's White Claw.
Yeah.
Yes. right?
I would say so.
Yeah.
It's like, or like hard lemonade, like Mike's hard lemonade.
Oh, bitch, that was my mama drink too. And then they got fancy and did it like an Arnold Palmer and would mix it with the tea.
Yeah.
Bitch, my mama used to drink all that shit on top of Budweiser.
That shit was a vibe.
My mama loved her some Budweiser.
That must be a Florida thing. Because my grandma used to, my grandma used to drink Budweiser.
They like Budweiser.
Loved it. It's so wild.
It's a red state thing, I think.
It must be. Not for me.
Bro, where else do they drink Budweiser but Florida?
The Midwest, maybe.
Oh, you might be right. You might be right.
Anheuser-Busch. Anyway.
Well, real quick, we do want to celebrate. It is Black History Month,
That's
baby.
right.
Hold on.
Clap it up. We need to clap it up
for Black History Month.
For Black History Month.
Hold on. Here we go. Round of applause for everyone Black.
We're
rooting for everyone Black.
Yeah.
And that is it. In saying so, we decided that this month we kind of wanted to give y'all some history, not lessons, but we wanted to say that in this day in history, so that's right, February 1st, in 1902, on this day, one of the most famous poets, Langston Hughes, was born. And it's ironic because, according to Black Enterprise, Hughes came from the Harlem Renaissance, the early ages of Black arts movement, and in 1967, on this same day, he passed away.
Wow, so he died on his birthday.
That's what blackenterprise.com said. Does it say it anywhere else differently?
No.
Okay.
But that's, man.
Yeah, it's you know.
For those of y'all who are not familiar with Langston Hughes' work, he is a poet. We can rattle off a couple of his poems. Harlem was probably the most popular one. And if you ever studied Harlem Renaissance in school during social studies, which hopefully you do, and if you don't, then I would implore you to tell all of the teachers that you know that they probably fucking should.
Even though they trying to get rid of everything Black in these schools, bitch.
Yeah,
it's really Florida embarrassing. Are you not embarrassed?
Are you not
Are you not embarrassed? Anytime I think of Florida, I'm just like, you know what? Bet this is what Florida's getting.
Are you not ashamed of yourself? Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
It's embarrassing. Florida is. I hate that I have to rep that and the Bronx. Like, bitch, like, how embarrassing to be like, yeah, I'm from Florida, but then for the first 8 years, I still be throwing up the X in places because the Bronx, Castle Hill, off the 6th, that's where a bitch was. You feel me? Elder Ave. No, I can't. Thank you. That's your hood. Look, and can you not look at me this way, Bridget? I can't shout out the Bronx. But Bronx and Florida is crazy.
No, you can. I would much rather you shout out the Bronx than Florida if we keeping it a stack. I support that statement. I support shouting out the Bronx before we get to Florida.
In Black History Month, however, I do want to say a huge fuck you to this woman on Twitter. We were talking about the announcement. Well, I was talking about the announcement on my Twitter and congratulating Rihanna and was like, ooh, I love, the trend that she's setting for the young girls. Become a billionaire, then have a baby by one of these niggas. Yeah. Like, don't have it before you become a billionaire. And she responded saying some shit, but she ended it with, but go off, sis. And I looked at her Abby. She's a whole white woman. So I said, you know what, ma'am? I would like for you not to use Av with me. I would greatly appreciate it. And because of that, I will no longer be responding to you. Her response was, well, that man in the picture, that Black man in the picture next to me, that is my husband of 28 years. And I said, I don't want you to think that you dating a Black man or maybe having Black inside of you every other night allows you to speak Av to another Black woman. To a Black woman, because you're not another. And I just wanted to say that it is Black History Month. White women all around the world. White men, please don't go up and use the Black sense with your coworkers because it's Black History Month. Don't try to be down and keep the braids out of your hair. We don't want to see it.
Yikes.
And I just wanted to say that. Hold on. I got to give it to him. All right. Mic drop.
Happy Black History Month.
Happy Black History Month,
yes.
Guys. What do you want to get started today, girl?
I mean, shit. There's so many things.
There are so many things. But you know what? Hold on. We out of the intro. Hold on.
We out of the intro. We can congratulate the Cincinnati Bengals and the LA Rams.
That's where you wanted to go. Okay.
Yeah, we could just congratulate them. It's such a brief congratulations. I was hyped for another great weekend in football, right? Last weekend in football was phenomenal.
It's giving football.
It is.
Come on.
It is.
Come on.
Yeah. It was great.
Ahead.
It was great.
Give your shout out.
I'm happy for Odell Beckham Jr. because he deserves.
And his senior.
He deserves.
I just saw.
Okay. All right.
Sorry. The senior. Did you see the pictures? The senior. I see where Odell got his looks now. Shout out to the senior too. Just give both of them shout out.
And shout out to all the haters too, because everybody used to shit on Odell Beckham Jr. and talk mad trash about his dancing and what his attitude was. Everybody always wants to humble the black man who shows up and provides just excellent entertainment, number one. Showcases phenomenal skill, number two. And I'm happy for him. And then at the end of the game, we got a chance. He was praying at the end with one of the 49ers players. He was kneeling down. You could tell they were talking to each other. He was praying with him, and I just love that. I love to see that. I love to see I love to see black men win. I love to see black men advance.
I also love to people overcome being counted out.
Absolutely.
I think a lot of people counted us out, and I mean, when
a lot of people still do.
When Odell left New York and then went to fucking Cleveland,
right,
and that didn't really work out too well for him. I think he too has dealt with quite a bit of injuries, but also I think his social media antics lead to why media crucifies him so hard as well.
Right,
and so for him to leave Cleveland and then get picked up by LA, which mind you, we all know that's where he spent his summers.
But that's also where he's from.
Oh, I see. Now that I didn't know.
Yeah, he's an LA native. So that's why it was such a beautiful homecoming for him to be in LA. He's him and Lola Wood are welcoming their first child this year.
Yes, congratulations to them.
It's a really great.
By the way, this is not a sports podcast.
It's not, but we like to encourage the underdogs, especially underdogs that played on the New York Giants as well.
I ain't gonna hold you. I noticed how different it is. Like, I had people ask me if I was watching the game, and bitch, when I ain't fucking nobody on the field, I just realized I do not care.
Wow.
Football for real is like one of them things. And mind you, it's not like you can like at least lust while you watch it. The only time you can lust, hold on, I'm gonna tell you, ladies, I'm gonna put y'all on. If y'all do want to act like you're into football with your partners, or maybe not your partner, because now you cheating because you looking. But in like the first 10 minutes of the game, bitch, all the players show up at the bottom of the screen without their helmet, and it shouts out it's like what college they went to. And bitch, they just be dancing, and I be like, ooh. And then you just get their Instagrams, and then you can see all I really only want to watch the first 12 minutes of a football game.
I actually enjoy the sport, so
I like basketball. I was never really a football fan, even when I did the Full Court Pumps blog and was into the sports blogging. Yeah, football was just never.
Football was always more interesting to me than basketball, but also because I also like the constant turnover in basketball was always really tough for me to. It's like a lot of it's a lot of movement, and it's like you could literally
a lot of movement.
No, it's true. Like you could turn your head and literally I remember being a kid and watching basketball with my dad and thinking, oh my God, there's 2 minutes left. There's no time. And my dad is like, how many fucking turnovers can happen in 10 seconds?
If I'm not mistaken,
it's a lot of movement.
I remember,
you gotta really be paying attention to the, you know what I'm saying? To the maneuvering.
I wish we had a fucking screen man today.
Yeah, no, I don't have it's a lot. I was like, man, I want to
look because as a Orlando Magic fan, I'll never forget it. I want to say Tracy McGrady scored 16 points. And look, y'all are millennials, so y'all remember that game as it too. How many points did he score? It was 38 seconds left or something, and that man scored 17 points. Hold on, let me see. Last minute high scoring. Y'all, this is literally high Google. But it was amazing. 13 points in 33 seconds to win the game, mind you.
Oh my God.
Here you go. You thinking it's over, and this was 17 years ago, by the way, guys. But at this time, I had Slam magazine posters on my wall. I got East Bay magazines every fucking month. And I was, of course, in Orlando. Super Orlando Magic fan. This is before the Dwight Howard era. This was just Tracy McGrady. And he scored 13 points in 33 seconds. And again, this is not a sports podcast.
It's definitely not. It's definitely not.
It's okay. Here we go, y'all. We gonna get into the tea. All right, but come on. Welcome, guys.
See, the thing
if
is,
you at your desk, bob to it one time. If you're caught us early and you're still driving to work, go ahead and bob your head too, baby. If you're doing your makeup, bob your head.
No, don't bob your head if you're doing your makeup.
Okay.
You're gonna fuck it up.
You might be right. You might be right.
You're gonna fuck up that contour, sis.
Don't bob your head. Tap your toe. Tap your toe. All right. So where are we starting this week? Because I mean, we got a lot. I kind of know where I want to start. If we want to kind of get a little political. I definitely wanted to start off with us being in podcasting. Now y'all know I love putting y'all onto things, and if you don't know yet, I'm about to put y'all on to HelloFresh. Skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. That is why they are America's #1 meal kit. Now listen, I don't know about y'all, but I hate throwing out produce. Do you do that? Do you like... It's just
I take pride in trying to buy some good vegetables, and then they end up going bad.
I be thinking I'm gonna be healthy, build up salads. Next thing you know, it's in the trash, and I think that's why I really like HelloFresh. HelloFresh offers 50 menu and market items to choose from every week, including veggie, fit and wholesome, family friendly, and gourmet options, providing plenty of variety. Which one did you choose?
I mean, I did the meat and veggies, girl.
I know that, girl. Me too.
The meat and veggies.
I was like,
I
know I want to be healthy and stuff, and be, but I need the meats and the veggies.
I need the meats and the veggies.
You feel me?
It's the beef tenderloin for me. Make sure you go to hellofresh.com/STTI16 and use that same code STTI16 for up to 16 free meals and 3 free gifts.
I love it.
And free food. Who don't love free food? And it's healthy. It's good for you. Make sure you check out HelloFresh.
I wanted to start off with Tasha K versus Cardi B.
Ooh.
And then I wanted to also dig into Spotify, because I think that's one and the same. If we're really talking about freedom of speech here, if we're talking about opinion versus fact, if we're talking about owning up to the things you say, and also reaping or being forced with the consequences that come with it.
Right.
You want to read off kind of what happened with the Cardi B, Tasha? Or you know what? I'll summarize that, and then we'll get into Spotify.
Yeah, because I mean, I think you know more about that than I do. I know more about the Spotify thing. But.
Okay. So for those of you who are not familiar, Tasha K is a popular gossip blogging YouTuber. Makes a ton of money doing what she does, and she's been ongoing in a suit with Cardi B for the last 2 years over false information regarding prostitution and herpes. We all know that you can't just go around here saying anybody got anything.
Nah, you can't.
Which is why
it's crime. It's distasteful. But
I need the super
illegal.
double down then from Kanye and his team, because apparently this week they were saying Kanye was going around saying that Pete Davidson has AIDS, which you can't say shit like that. You literally cannot say stuff like that. So let me see. I believe I have what Cardi B said. So, I lied. This was actually almost 4 years of ongoing repeated libel and slander against me. Being able to walk away from the victorious brings me great happiness. I appreciate Judge Ray for conducting a fair and impartial trial. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but basically Cardi was awarded $3.8 million total. And also, I believe, has to cover Cardi B's legal fees. So this is a hit. I don't care how much money Tasha K has even made on YouTube. I think we talked about someone making as much as 17 million last year on YouTube. So we know that they make a lot of money.
It's possible to make that much money, yeah.
But over 3.8 mil, like, you know what? It's crazy. I wanted to ask you, because now that we're doing this podcasting, I know we have to be kind of, we go through our pre-production, and there's times where, again, and you've worked in this industry and space and share rooms with a lot of these people, to where Bridget and I have had to come in and be like, nah, that person's off limits. I'm not going to really talk about that. And not that we're being PC here, but again, there's either personal relationships or... bitch, we don't hit us with the money. We barely able to pay for this, y'all. Shit. We gonna have to cut down one of y'all. We ain't gonna be... You see, we already don't got a screen man today. We budgeting over here. Yeah, so it's just like the idea of being sued for something that we say. Can I ask you then, because we've talked about media training with you.
Yeah.
Are there things that you've been told to stay away from, like politics or your opinion on certain things? This vaccine is definitely another one.
No, I don't think the purpose of media training for an artist is really to help them speak with poise about whatever it is they're speaking about. So if you speak about something in particular, it's fine as long as you're not, shitting on something so drastically that it would burn bridges that you might want to cross later, right? The whole purpose of being politically correct in a lot of these spaces is to, number one, shield yourself from a fuck ton of criticism, but at the end of the day, nowadays, everybody is so hypersensitive that it's almost impossible to say anything passionately without offending anybody. But also to, protect whatever possible potential relationships you might have with somebody going forward. And I think overall, the point of media training is to prepare you to be responsible for what comes out of your mouth. And I think the problem, the double-edged sword about podcasting and microphones, as we've seen recently, especially with a lot of men on podcast platforms, is that people are taking the First Amendment and they're lighting it on fire because anybody can now start a podcast and speak about any variety of topics. And we are now living in an age, thanks to the Trump era, where we are allowed to confuse and conflate misinformation with facts, right?
Well,
and opinions and facts, which is, that leads us into the Joe Rogan situation, right?
I did want to say too, that's the crazy thing. Freedom of speech is not free. There are still consequences. You can still be charged. Like you can still be fined. You can still be arrested.
That's right.
I don't know. Did you see the video of that fucking white woman last week? Sorry to keep talking about white women, but she went into a school board meeting and pretty much said she would bring
all the guns to the school if her kids had to wear masks
because they were making her children wear masks.
Right.
And she got arrested and she did, I think, bond herself out with like $5,000 or something like that, but she had a $50,000 bond for what she said.
Right.
Like, so I think it's important to also say that words do mean things, and words do have consequences.
They do, but I think it's beyond just words having consequences, right? Because I think we've now reached a place where having an opinion about a vaccine has gone from having an opinion about literally a vaccine, that conversation around something scientifically and medically proven, whether we can agree to disagree about the mandate of the vaccine, but the vaccine was never pandered to us as being sterilizing. Let's start there. The vaccine was never sold to us as, well, if you get this vaccine, you'll never get COVID.
Right.
That was never sold to us that way. But I'm a pro-vaccine person, but I'm not pro the vaccine mandate.
But you're talking about the conversations regarding
the conversations
like Spotify.
Correct.
What's going on with that?
So Joe Rogan is a staunch anti-vaxxer. Which again, from a personal standpoint, opinion standpoint, it's become totally
you
acceptable,
can have that
right?
opinion, right?
Which again, having an opinion about something, we have to be careful about how loosely we consider opinions, because if we just allow everybody to have opinions about things, then we're blurring lines about racism, we're blurring lines about misogyny, we're blurring lines about bigotry, we're blurring lines about homophobia. Then
that's that hatred versus preference.
Correct.
Even in terms of preference.
Correct.
Like how you're right.
Correct. I mean, we have gone as far as our federal government is concerned to identifying certain things as hate crimes.
Yeah.
Right. So if we can go that far with that, that's within jurisdiction to say you cannot discriminate against someone, whether it's hiring them or hiring somebody for a job. You can't deny anybody employment or housing. There's a certain level, a certain standard of treatment based on humanity, right?
Yeah.
Based on human civil rights, right? And I think that the conversation around COVID is dangerous because, again, the arguments are around the vaccine, and the conversations of opinion have been allowed around a vaccine when this is the overarching issue is that it is a health crisis.
Well, here's my thing, right? So by the way, there's been a ton of artists that I don't give a fuck about, never listen to their music, that's pulling their shit off Spotify. Don't give a fuck about them. However, I did get an update from Pod News today that there's been a podcast that just signed a 2021 deal that canceled it. I want hold on, let me get this name so that I'm not fucking shit up. But also, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle also signed a Spotify deal and are now saying that is possible. It's being, what is it? Skepticized? What is it? Speculated. Oh, boom. I got it. Speculated that is the reason why now they have halted their production.
Right.
The other podcast is Brene Brown.
Yep.
She announced that she will not be releasing her
Love
new
me
podcast.
some Brene Brown.
Okay, and so she joined Spotify exclusively last year.
Yep.
And then Archewell, Prince Harry, Meghan Markle's foundation released a statement saying that they started to express concerns to Spotify in April of last year
Right.
in regards to the misinformation being spreaded. Now, here's the thing: this has cost Spotify $4 billion.
Yep.
They claim to have done their back, catalog and look into their legal aspects of it. Pretty much the same way we get a notification now on Instagram.
Yeah.
Spotify is now going to do the same. I'm curious as to how that affects content creators in the future. What I do respect about Spotify is them saying that we are not here to edit any of the any content from a content creative standpoint. So they're not going to sit there and edit Joe Rogan, because you're probably not going to get Joe Rogan as Joe Rogan if you have the right to edit content. I'm not going to lie.
Right.
When we were going through our negotiations and deals, I was like, anyone who gets the right to edit anything that we say on here, I don't want to partner with them. I want the freedom of creative. But what's crazy about this, and I do kind of want to go back even to a little bit of the Cardi B situation.
Right.
When I had my blog, I used to get cease and desist letters.
Wow.
And cease and desist letters either will give you the facts.
Right.
Whatever you said, they will give you the facts and give you grace to correct yourself.
Right.
Or they will just pretty much say, take this down, or legal, you know. And I received some, oh my God, I think I've talked about this on the pod before, DeMarcus Cousins. I just reposted a leaked dick pic of him on my blog at the time. And his legal person hit me up and claimed I cost this man millions. Now, it wasn't exclusive to me. This was already posted from another site.
Right.
I just reposted it and I credited the other site. But they claimed I cost him millions. And the only reason why I didn't respond is because there was errors in the email. I was like, ain't no way a real attorney wrote this. like I don't
damn,
know.
you an attorney and you ain't proofread this?
I feel like DeMarcus wrote it himself.
Oh,
it was
shit.
like, you cost him millions of dollars.
But see, the difference between a blogger, right, and a podcaster bringing medical professionals
history,
on is a very different thing.
Yeah, your dick sent through Skype. That was not medical.
but also it comes with the territory that your presentation, especially as a podcaster, has to be around spreading your opinion and clarifying that it is your opinion. And you can't sell your opinion as fact, right? Yep. Because that's not our job.
Only science is sold as fact. Sorry.
I mean,
sorry. You know how to get. But what's crazy is the fact that even Spotify is going through this. All these people are so upset about it. Bitch, the CDC changed their mind every 5 days. Every week CDC does. But
it's also their job to be. They're studying. They're studying the changes and the evolutions around the clock.
And bitch, my opinion from last week gonna differ the next week after that.
But that's fine, and it should be that way.
Right.
Which that's the problem with the Joe Rogan situation. He's bringing multiple people that are medical professionals to share their opinion.
And y'all got to see it. There's a clip going around where he's sitting next to a healthcare professional.
Yeah.
He Googles what's being said. It aligns with what the healthcare professional is saying. And he was like, they must have changed this site because I read something different.
Right.
You know what? I don't trust this source anymore. Right. That ain't what it said the other day. Literally, he sits there and still doubles down with his own source that he looks up, plus a healthcare professional, which I get how that could be dangerous.
Yeah, I think it's all in the presentation, right? Like Mandii and I can get up here and talk to y'all every single week about all of the things that we think are important that we should discuss or make us laugh for entertainment purposes. The majority of things we talk about, though, are our opinions for entertainment purposes. We try to keep it light. Any of the things
I try to keep it light.
I mean, we do. We try to keep it light. We try to keep it light. We play
try to
music.
make y'all laugh and shit.
We talk. Mandii was talking about Plan B during an ad earlier. We just try to throw a little wrench in there, like, ha ha! You didn't know that laugh was gonna hit you. We like to spice things up, but usually, for the most part, we're not here to preach to anybody or share factual things about anything like a health crisis, or we try to tread lightly on politics as well, because we don't work in politics. So there's certain things that Mandii and I may not be qualified to discuss unless we were professionals in that space and in that field. Podcasters are professional opinion sharers, and that is our lane. That is our lane. Unless you work for a journalist or a news outlet that is a certified news outlet. Yeah, we are professional opinion givers, and if we can't stay in that lane as podcasters, then everything is going to continue to be jarbled, and the information is going to, no one's going to be able to trust anybody, which is not how journalism is supposed to work.
And then it's going to be like our parents, where they sit in front of the TV and watch CNN, and it's like, oh my God, you watch this for fun? Like, allow us to share the news in a fucking consumable way. Is that's consumable, right? Yeah. That's a word.
Good for you. Look at you go.
I'm learning. I actually, you said something else. If we're talking about opinions,
yes,
and how we're received by people. Before we go anywhere else, I have a clip to play. This is from Amanda Seales. And if we're talking about, again, how we're received by people, having an opinion, sharing that opinion, I want you guys to take a listen to this.
Words we use are very important in how we describe situations and our feelings about people. So like, you may have an interaction with someone and the interaction didn't go the way that you wanted it to. And now when you go to the next person and they say, oh, did you meet so-and-so? If you say something like, yeah, and I don't like them, you have now perpetuated a concept that isn't actually indicative of the exchange you really had. You don't know them to say whether you like or not like them. You didn't like y'all exchange, but you don't know them, you know? So you don't know whether you fuck with them or not fuck with them, etc. But because of this like real generic language use, you have now set forth a conversation on somebody that is really not fair. These are the
Although I really wanted to play crickets after that. I disagree, but I wanted to know your take before I get in, because I have a quite a bit of take of this. But what
I think you should. I did. I thought this was a really important topic to discuss, especially around your presentation of yourself. Right. I think my takeaway from this was, the emphasis should be more so on how you choose as an individual to engage and interact with somebody.
Not us agreeing. Bitch,
right?
Not us agreeing.
Right?
Oh my God, who is we? And look, we got a high five y'all because we ain't got no wine today. Bitch, we gonna get wine next week. But I've been working out, so I was like, So when I heard this, what Amanda Seales says to me takes away all of the accountability for how you show up to people and into a room. And I'm not going to lie. If I meet you one day and your attitude is stank, and I get it. People go through things, which is always why I always make sure that even if I'm not the best, if I see a fan, I'm going to hug you. Even if I'm not in a good place, I know that you're going to walk away with a perception of me based on this interaction. So whether I was just crying, if I got to smile to you, I'm going to smile to you. Some weeks, I don't want to fucking get up here on this fucking mic on some, like, I be going through a lot. And I come here and I still smile because, you know, and when I don't need you to hold it against me. I'm still human. Correct. However, if someone interacts with me and I'm a bitch to them, I can't be upset that if they go to the next person and say, oh, have you met Mandii? And they're like, oh, well, she's a bitch. That's what I presented.
Right.
That's what I presented. And to me, if I meet someone and they a bitch, hell yeah, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I don't really fuck with that person. I ain't really like them. I don't have to know you personally deep down in your mama history and how many siblings you got to know if I don't fuck with you or not.
I also think it's not anybody's responsibility to protect a first impression.
Oh.
If you didn't think enough to protect your first impression with me, why is it my responsibility to protect your first impression with somebody else?
Oh.
I do want to read something that I posted on on my story the other day. And it says, we are a toxic generation that doesn't know how to build healthy relationships. We end up throwing lines around like, I don't owe anyone anything. You do owe people something. You owe those that you offended an apology. You owe those who gave you support, gratitude. And you owe those that you disrespect, respect. Accounting is a personal act of integrity and moral principles over what the trends in society say. We will forever live in a broken society until we learn to account for our actions that impact other people's lives negatively. I say all that to say... I'm also that way too, right?
Yeah.
If I run into people, if I'm not having a good day, like it's happened to me at the airport. I get anxiety at the airport.
Okay.
I show up at I like to walk through security, walk to the gate and get on the plane. I'm not a person that's going to show up.
Oh God, you just gave me anxiety. That's why you have anxiety, bitch. You hope you catch your flight.
No. It's not that I hope I catch the, because they start boarding the flight almost like 45 minutes prior to the takeoff time. So I like to show up when the flight is boarding.
Oh, nah. See, that's the anxiety, bitch.
No, there's no anxiety for me around that.
There's a line.
As long as I get there, as
if
long
you go
as I
through
get
JFK,
there,
That terminal, bitch.
As long as I get there, yeah. Well, I'm 5'8". I can get a further distance
we're not
faster
finna do
than
that.
you.
We're not finna do that.
I just can. It just is
I
what
go
it
on the
is.
little escalators and then walk really fast.
Yeah, okay, but it's still
The little moving
I
sidewalk.
have almost a foot of height on you, sis.
Damn.
It's a lot more speed.
Calm down, sis.
It's a bigger
7
stride.
inches.
It's
Calm
a bigger
down, sis.
stride. It's just a
7
bigger
inches.
stride.
It's
So,
7 inches.
Either way, I get anxiety around that, right? And if I'm in a situation, if I'm in a rush or something is going on, whatever the case is, I always let somebody know if I get recognized. Hey, I'm not. Now's not the time. I'm so sorry, but please forgive me. Like it's just not the time. Even if I'm not in a good mood, I'm open to saying that because at least then I'm also extending that respect to you as somebody that looks up to me or wants to have a moment with me to say like, hey, I'm acknowledging that this is important to you. This is a boundary I got to set for right now for whatever this moment represents to me.
Right. Which
is I'm meeting you where you're at as far as respect goes. Right. I think we have to stop trying to create grace and space for people who are not responsible with their own presentation of themselves.
And it's funny because Amanda Seales, we've seen a lot of articles in the news about how she's treated people or shown up with not being able to get into parties. And she's very vocal about a lot of things and hasn't apologized, even to the one, I think he was a doctor, but there was like a sexual assault claim and story going around.
He was a neurosurgeon in Boston.
And she was speaking for the victims, and it came out that it wasn't all accurate and there was no apology. But she was loud and wrong, but wouldn't be loud. And we say it, the apology should be as loud as the disrespect. And so to me, when you sent me that, I was like, "Oh, bitch, I disagree with all this." I hope Bridget don't agree, because
no. But I do. The one thing I will say, right, is when you do speak on your experience with other people, make sure you clarify that this is your experience, because that has happened to me a number of times. I don't dislike a lot of people, but if someone has rubbed me the wrong way, I only dislike people that have gone out of their way to be nasty to me.
Yeah.
If I'm just not your cup of tea and I'm just not your kind of person, that's totally fine. We don't need to engage. I'm cool with that. We can coexist and cohabitate the same space, and I'm fine. I don't need to dim my light. You don't need to dim yours. I'm good. But for somebody that's gone out of their way to be nasty to me, that means I have the right to dislike you. But I'm not going to shit on you and shit on your character. Right. All I'm going to say is, they're not for me, but that's my experience.
Right.
Right? Like somebody that I know got a job working for someone that I don't fuck with. It's a woman that I don't have no respect for, that went out of her way to be nasty to me on a number of occasions. She works in the industry. She holds a high position in the industry. And her beef with me was uncalled for, was unfounded. Wouldn't explain to me what the issue was. We were never really friends.
Right.
But would just try to make me uncomfortable in spaces, right? And to me, that just, all of that screams insecurity. That's a you problem. But neither here nor there. She hired somebody that I know that I think is great. And the girl asked me my opinion. She was like, "Oh, do you know her?" And I said, "Yeah, she's not really my kind of person, but she's incredible at what she does. So I'm happy that you're working for her, because she knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
More power to you. I'm not going to shit on that woman, but also I think as women, and we can go into the next, especially where professionalism is concerned, you never want to ruin an opportunity that somebody, especially black women, I'm speaking specifically to y'all, because we've had it much harder than anybody else.
Yeah, we got to show up and
smile. But we cannot continue to gatekeep the way that people have tried to keep us out of conversations.
Oh, I know where this is going.
You know where this is going to go, right? I don't know if y'all have been on Twitter this week and seen this woman that
I think she got fired.
Did she get fired?
I hope she did.
Man, oh man.
Jay, you know what we talking about? Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta address this. I was trying to find it in our outline notes. I don't know if it's here, but
it got moved to Thursday's notes.
Okay. Look at us.
Just
You see
down.
us? We got Thursday's notes, bitch.
And
You see us trying. There was a tweet that a woman put out. All right, you guys. Well, it is New Year, New Me, New Year's resolution time, which means it's time to prioritize our workout routines, but also our health. And I started taking athletic greens because I really wanted to experience something a little bit different, right? I think getting into a routine is really hard when you're trying to work out and eat right and cut foods out. And what about cravings and mood swings and all that stuff? And hormonally, as women too, it also gets really tricky.
But what about your greens? Is it easy for you to just eat greens every day?
Well, not really.
Me neither.
It's not that that easy.
not
But
that
I will
easy.
say it's lifestyle friendly, whether you eat keto, paleo, vegan, dairy-free, gluten-free. The multivitamin stuff is always really hard. And we always, if it's not Flintstones vitamins, we haven't taken them. It's tough to take vitamins and it makes me feel old, but at least with the multivitamin that comes with Athletic Greens, I feel like I'm getting all of my daily dose of everything. To make it even easier, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free year's supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/STTI. Again, that is athleticgreens.com/STTI to take ownership of your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. Where are we at, sis? Twitter drag.
And this is from Spiritual World.
Yeah,
I love,
Spiritual Word definitely posted, and there's two types of people in this world, right?
By the way, this lady's name was Mercedes. It's bleeped out here, but
yeah. And she tweeted and she said, I just offered a candidate $85,000 for a job that had a budget of $130K. I offered her that because that's what she asked for, and I personally don't have the bandwidth to give lessons on salary negotiation. Here's the lesson. Always ask for the salary you want and deserve, no matter how large you think it might be. You never know how much money a company has to work with. #be confident, right?
this bitch. And I mean, so she was getting dragged because, mind you, she is a black woman. We
Yes.
don't know if the person who received the job offer was black or not, but nonetheless, she's in a position to do well, to get people their worth. If a company has $130,000 budget,
Right.
to just give that candidate $85K, and I kind of want to speak to.
Well, there's
Of
a
course-
level. There's a level of professionalism though too that comes with
Well,
that.
first off, she shouldn't have fucking posted that. That's
Never.
She
Never.
shouldn't with her government name, bro.
But also
That was
considering
the motherfucking Facebook.
But also considering first of all, it's not your company. Let's start there. So it's not your budget. So the fact that you would block somebody from an additional $55,000 in salary or 45, what is it? 20, 15, 55. $45,000. You gonna block somebody a $45,000 salary,
bro?
and it's not even your money,
Right?
What do you get out of that? What do you honestly get out of that? Like, to me, there's a professionalism there. And if this person was qualified for $130,000, you're in a position to discern whether or not the person is qualified.
Yeah. You could have made them really happy.
But
First off, like
you could have made them
imagine
happy,
going
but-
into a job saying I'm cool with 85 and then getting the offer for 130.
But the
You make
reason
somebody's life.
But the reason that you didn't do it is because she didn't ask. So was she qualified? Is the question? Because if that's not what you based your decision on, you should not have this job.
So
Period.
I'll be honest with you guys. In terms of, and y'all know I'm gonna corporatize this thing the fuck out.
Go for it.
So unfortunately, in certain careers, there are like ways that you go up. So when I got my job at the Big Four firm, like you come in as a tax accountant, that's one rate. When you move up as a tax accountant 2, that's another.
Right.
Then senior tax
Right.
accountant. So, and then of course you get happy with a raise of fucking 3% if you're lucky.
Right.
If you're fucking lucky. I know a lot of companies have frozen the raises, but there's still so many jobs that I've been seeing, because again, I've told y'all I'm trying to really hold a serious or just more corporate position in this podcast space, because I do feel like so many people have infiltrated podcasting from like television and online websites and that things where it doesn't translate the same with podcasting.
Right.
So as someone that's literally left her career, I'm looking for more of those positions, and a lot of them do not have what the salary is. So what you do is look up other companies. Look up other places that have that goddamn same position title, and look and see Glassdoor. Y'all know a bitch love Glassdoor, bitch. I want to see how much I'm gonna like this company if I work for them.
Right.
But go to Glassdoor, see what the average is, and I ain't gonna hold you. When you see the average, tax it. At least 10-20% on top of that. A lot of these companies they do have even a larger budget because they're not paying for office space anymore. So many of these jobs are also remote. Bro, you could be sitting here making 6 figures, chilling at your motherfucking house. Now, also, I know there is a lot of people too that are wanting to go back into offices. Remote work is not for everyone. But in terms of knowing your worth, I just had an interview last week. And the first interview, actually, that's how good it went. She was already like, so how much you gonna want?
Right.
And I will say that was probably one of the first interviews that I've ever been on in my life where I had to give my rate to them.
Oh.
And so
were you nervous?
And so in hearing and seeing this, it was different because before I made the money I made,
Right.
oh my God, I remember just thinking $1,000 a week would do me good.
Right.
If you do the math on that, I was cool with 50 grand a year. Maybe in New York, 65 because of taxes. But I was like, as long as I can see $4,000 a month,
Right.
I can make it work because I grew up like not really having it. And then throughout my entire 20s, I was really fucking hustling out here.
Right.
And so to be put on the spot that way,
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, the easiest way to get out of that is to be like, say your rate, but it's negotiable.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you add, bitch, if you shoot for the stars and say, actually, I'm looking for 150,000, and maybe their budget is only 120, instead of scaring them away, just be like, listen, but it's negotiable. That's an easy way to do it. But like you were saying, like if you go into a place, honestly, add tax to what the going rate is and just shoot for the stars.
You have to.
You have to bet on yourself, bro.
But also, if y'all are in positions where you can
Talk to that. We talking to HR now. We ain't got one here, but now we talking to you HR bitches and the recruiters.
Because I think we have a common theme about the crabs we have to stop internalizing this crabs in a barrel shit. There is enough for all of us. We watch, and I'm sorry, it's Black History Month, so we gonna have to say this. We watch subpar, mediocre at best white people get paid to do things that many of us, and I say us as Black people, people of color, are overqualified for.
Talk your shit.
And then as soon as one of us gets into a position to kind of give somebody and here's the thing, right? I understand not wanting to just give anybody a cheat code and not wanting to make it easier for somebody else when you had to suffer and struggle. I understand that. But if you're not going to take it upon yourself to educate and teach the lesson, right? The part that stuck out for me about this was I don't have the bandwidth to teach that lesson.
But you got the bandwidth to hop your ass on Facebook and write a 3-paragraph fucking tweet.
But
or what is it called on Facebook?
I don't know. Just a post. Just a regular post.
I don't get on Facebook. The Facebook is for the old folks. But you had enough time to hop your little chubby ass fingers up, and I ain't gonna do that because I did see her picture.
Yeah, don't.
Sorry,
we're not gonna body shame.
I ain't gonna body shame.
We're not
her.
gonna body shame.
But goddamn it, I'll shame her in every other way. Goddamn it. But nah, she hopped her motherfucking ass up. Actually, if I'm chubby, I could call another person chubby, right?
No, we're not. We're still not going to body
It's
shame.
like if I'm Black, I can
No.
say nigga.
No, we're not gonna body
okay,
shame.
never mind. We're not going to. All right. Well, anyway, she was an awful person.
Yeah.
And she hopped her motherfucking ass up on Facebook and created that post to even share that. And I did, mind you, because it's Facebook, her government name was on there.
Yeah.
They knew the company she worked for.
Right.
And if I'm not mistaken, I did follow the thread because I love following a thread. She did get fired for this.
She did.
Because you're not supposed to share this type of information. This is confidential information.
It is. But also, I think going forward, the lesson for everybody should be that the whole purpose of getting the door, of opening the door, is to hold the door open for other people.
That's what I'm trying
That's
to do.
the whole point, right? And if you're spiritual and religious, we're taught this all the time. You're blessed to be a blessing. That's the point. Part of your purpose on this planet is to pay it forward.
Oh, let me find out. I need a hallelujah soundbite for us.
I mean, you might.
Hallelujah.
You might. Because
Hallelujah.
that's not, and I say that in particular because I think that a lot of us feel like we have to then make somebody else suffer and struggle because we did that. Our parents did that. A lot of our parents did that, especially in our generation. A lot of our parents felt like, well, we didn't have it, so why should you have to have it? And it's like, we have to get out of this mentality that our only common ground and sense of relating to each other should have to do with a struggle. That's not fair. It's not right. And no other fucking group of people does that. No one else does that. No one else does that. So if you do hold a position in corporate or otherwise, and you have an opportunity to create a teachable moment that can be impactful in someone's life, $45K is a lot of fucking money. There are places in this country you can live and live handsomely probably on $45K.
Hell yeah.
It's not going to be in New York City. I'm going to tell you right now. It's not going to be here. It's not going to be here.
You making
$100K here and you still might be living.
Roommates. You still got roommates at $100,000.
You still might be sleeping on a college twin. You might be, because that's how much space you got in your apartment.
That part.
So at the end of the day, $45K is a lot. You don't know what that can do to someone's livelihood.
Yeah.
You don't know if there's children. You don't know if there's older family members that got to be taken care of. You don't know if there's student loans.
Gonna get that ass.
Whatever the situation is, if you are in a position, I implore you.
And did you say student loans?
Yes.
Girl, they ain't never gonna get that shit back.
I know, but I'm just saying, after you defer, and then you never pay it, and then it gets complicated. That shit comes back up when you want to buy property, when you want to do all of that.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Depending on the loan that you take out, right? If it's a personal loan and that's between you and the bank, then that can get tricky if you never pay that back.
Right. Now that's just Sallie Mae. Sallie Mae, when she gonna die? When is she gonna disappear?
Never.
Like, is she here for good?
I want to know. I want a Sally Mae biography. Like, who was Sally Mae originally?
I don't like her. Whoever she is.
Who
y'all
was
got
she
Sally
originally?
Mae?
So either
y'all
way.
dealing with Sally Mae? Neither of y'all? Oh, Navient. That's who I got. Navient. That's who you got to pay. The bitch that's Sally Mae. Oh, you might be right. Wait, Navient got sold, right?
Oh, dear.
So yeah, if y'all got student loans, your shit may have been repurposed and sent to a whole nother third party. It's some bullshit.
Either way.
All I know is fuck Joe Biden for giving us what till May.
Oh,
he just said,
Jesus.
all right, y'all can.
But also, yeah, it's Black History Month, so pay it forward, people, because the only way we all gonna get out of the stupid ass situations we get put in by the government.
Pay it forward, for
Pay it
sure.
forward.
And before we get into Virtually Squeezed, too, since we're there, we're pretty dark with this. I just want to keep it dark before we make everything light for the rest of the show. I want to send a condolences to the family and RIP to Chesley Christ.
Yes.
She was, you guys may have saw her on Entertainment Tonight, I believe. She is also a former Miss USA.
Yeah, from 2019.
For 2019. And what's crazy is I've been following her for years on Instagram. I love big curly hair girls, which is why I knew your friend.
Yes. Yes.
I just love curly haired girls that know how to dress with nice smiles that, I like women. So I followed her for that. But then once she won Miss USA, because I was following her before that, I want to say she's like from North Carolina or something like that, from the Carolinas. When she moved up here and got the job at E, like, it was just like, like, kudos to you, girl. I've been following you, like, kind of like how people may watch the podcast and they're rooting for us, like they're friends. She was like my friend in my head. But she recently jumped to her death from her New York City apartment. 29 floors up, they say, which is also really high. If you guys haven't been to New York, like 29 floors is high. And what's also concerning me is looking through all of the comments under her picture where, of course, people are calling for foul play because she just showed herself in workout attire and was like, progress in January. And people are like, no way she killed herself. She was just proud of her progress. And it's just like, I don't know if you guys don't know how mental health works, but first off, to view someone's mental consciousness based on their Instagram shows how out of touch a lot of you guys are with how we show just the best of ourselves on our social media. Yeah. That's it. I don't go on there crying. Now, some of y'all do, which is crazy, but I'm not going on Instagram crying about some of my ups and downs. Last year was by far my hardest mental year. I think I cried to you a whole lot.
It was a lot.
I was crying to my mama, my friends, and then a lot of me felt like I couldn't put that onto my friends, which was why therapy was such a big help for me last year. But I just want to, like, you guys never know what someone is going through. And here's the thing. As much as you could sit here and say, check on your strong friends, honestly, I don't know how much help that really gives. I mean, you could check on people, but a lot of, unfortunately,
it's too complex.
It is.
It's way too complex.
It's very complex to just put it under that umbrella.
And suicide is it's very layered. It's a very layered tragedy. And I think for a lot of us, we don't necessarily relate to all of the things that each individual. I think suicide is probably the only cause of death that is that's separated by case. Like there's certain things that people may say that you can, you know what I mean? You can recognize certain patterns, but overall it's really a case by case situation. Some people are really mentally and emotionally unstable. They suffer from depression. Depression is a clinical illness. It's not a mood swing, right? And I think we've gotten in the habit of simplifying what depression looks like and what it feels like, and say, we use it lightly and say like, oh yeah, she's just depressed.
Yeah, but outside of that, as women, birth control. I just had
hormonal changes.
Hormonal
like
changes can actually give you suicidal ideologies to where maybe you weren't suicidal at all. You started dating a guy and you got on birth control and then you just went into a slump. Ladies, fellas, if you're dating someone new and you have that birth control conversation, that is something very real. And I had to have the conversation recently on one of my other podcasts where a woman literally was at a red light and she didn't know why. She just got the thought to run through the light and just didn't want to be there. And she brought it back home to her partner about her thoughts. And when she went, it was the hormonal change with the birth control that she was taking that led to her having those thoughts. She had never had suicidal thoughts before.
Yeah.
So I love that you even mentioned, like, it is case by case.
It's case
Someone
by
doesn't
case.
have to be locked in a room for days for them to do this. Like,
But also,
you never
I mean,
know.
it is really case by case basis. Some people are very meticulous in planning it. Some people are not. Like you said, some people just might wake up one day and be like, I don't want to live anymore. I don't want to be here, and then just do it. Which is in either scenario, under whatever circumstance, it's devastating, right? And so we definitely want to send condolences, but stop telling people to check on their strong friend or their happy friend,
because you know what it does? It leads us to feeling guilty.
Well, it's not even so much about feeling guilty. You can check on people all day long. If you're not the person, you're not the friend for them, it's not necessarily going to make it. I don't want to say it won't make a difference, but it's not. When we say check on your strong friend, it makes it about us, and it's not about us. We don't need to make ourselves feel better about someone else's state of mind, about someone else's feelings about themselves, about their lives. We don't need to make that about us. You know, I would just encourage anybody it's winter. A lot of people go through seasonal depression. Seasonal depression is a very serious thing.
It is, especially when you're going through blizzards and shit.
Yeah, it's a
Bitch
lot.
thought she was gonna go out, step out with some heels, couldn't even do none of that.
Yeah, I don't think that was depression. But
I'm saying I was depressed because I couldn't go out.
Oh, you were upset.
Oh,
yeah, that's
I'm
not
depressed.
That's not depression.
It led to being depressed.
Mandy being stuck inside leads to her depression. This is why I say it's case by case. That's case by case.
Case by case. All right,
Case
guys.
by case.
Let's liven it up. Y'all know we about to get to our music segment, baby.
We have to. Yes.
We have to.
We gonna be light for the rest of it. We gonna be light for the rest of the pod.
we got jokes coming for
We
y'all
got a lot
now.
of jokes. We got a lot of
We gonna
jokes.
leave y'all laughing at your desk, baby. Laughing in your car. Laughing next to your nigga. Actually, if you listening to us while you with your nigga, he boring. Break up with him, sis. I hope you're not listening to us while you with your man. Not with a whole ding-a-ling in the room. Shit. You might be gay. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm chilling. All right, get us in there. Where are we going?
Freshly squeezed, yeah.
Yeah, baby. Hey, and fuck you little pussy assholes who was like, oh my God, that's getting so old now. I don't
No
have
such
anything
thing.
else to do.
No such thing.
Y'all are gonna get the
and for the rest,
baby.
And for the rest of y'all, they're like, why aren't you singing anymore? I sing every fucking week. I sing that freshly squeezed every fucking week.
fucking week. You know, you could tell the people who don't really listen to the show through their comments. They just want to hop
100%.
on and leave negativity. It's
I mean,
cool.
I used to feel that way all the time. People be like, why haven't you dropped new music? They used to do that to me, and I would have to send them a link. Like, I dropped this last month.
Actually,
in case,
here you go.
because you weren't clearly paying attention. You just needed to talk to somebody.
Here you go, bitch. And I did want to say, y'all are not getting any hippity hop from me this
No?
week because I
Wow.
was underwhelmed with the hip hop this week. I listened to, and I'll give you guys my takes on that. If you guys disagree, please let me know. It was too, you know, anytime I see J. Cole anywhere, of course, I'm going to tune in.
Of course.
So J. Cole had a feature with Benny the Butcher. It was super, super, super hippity hop for me. It was very lyrical. It was just really like, it sounded real New York. And y'all know I'm still from the South, so it wasn't giving what I really wanted.
Oh.
And so, yeah, there's that. You got it?
No.
Oh,
That's you.
Oh, I guess I can kind of play it if y'all want, just a little bit, just so that we have kind of a little bit of hip hop. But this is, and let me know if you get what I was saying for this. So this is, it's John P's Caddy. That's the name of the single. It's Benny the Butcher featuring J. Cole. And again, J. Cole is super lyrical, so I wouldn't expect anything less. But let's just say I'm liking J. Cole when he's with 21 Savage a little bit more.
Okay.
This one so it starts off, and then he just gets into rapping, y'all. It's, come on. I just feel like he's speaking to the streets. And it wasn't giving Moneybagg Yo streets, It's like a different, it's giving Buffalo streets or something. Where are they from? That's where they're from, right? I feel like I have to put on my Timberlands. Sorry.
Rude.
It just has that kind of monotone type of New York storytelling vibe that, I'm sorry, doesn't get me to want to pick up my Swiffer. And that's what I clean my house to. So I was like, shit, this isn't really giving it to me.
It's not rah. It's not rah enough for you.
Also, I was really, really disappointed because I was so underwhelmed with Ross's project. Of course, he dropped the deluxe, and I got excited because it had Anderson .Paak on it. That wasn't giving.
So, it's a new year.
It is.
It's a new year, but we're still going through a pandemic.
Yeah.
We're still trying to figure out how to make life work. And I think one of the topics that we talk about all the time is the importance of mental health and prioritizing it, but also personalizing it and figuring out what works best for you. And Talkspace has really been an incredible resource, an online resource for anyone that's looking to speak to a licensed professional about whatever it is that they're going through, whether it's depression or anxiety or just everyday life.
Maybe your coworkers are getting on your nerves.
Maybe your boss just won't leave you alone and you just need an outlet.
Maybe your homegirl don't know how to tip. This is where you go.
Talkspace.com is a wonderful place to go. It's private. It's your own customized therapy situation with a licensed therapist. They personalize everything for you, and it's very private, and you have 24/7 access. They give you a private virtual room with just you and your therapist.
Love that.
You get the replies throughout the day. Make your mental health more than just another New Year's resolution this year with Talkspace.
Y'all need to go on over, visit Talkspace.com, and because we like y'all, go ahead. We giving y'all $100 off your first month. So go to Talkspace.com and get $100 off your first month when you use promo code See the Thing Is. Now let's get back to the show. Let me try NLE Choppa because he's been on a press run. And I really like the things he's been saying. Like, he was just on $1 Million Worth of Game. And I even reposted him. I'm like, oh, he's spitting. And he kind of cute, even though he only looked like he like 22. I don't know how old he is, but it's giving Gen Z. So I was like, bet. He just dropped a new project. Let me pull that up. I went straight to his feature with Young Thug. Then went straight to his feature with Moneybagg Yo. And then went to a solo. None of them were giving.
That's 3 different records,
None
bro.
of them were giving. Bro, and mind you...
and you didn't get nothing from?
Bro, and then it's crazy because he be trying to rhyme words that don't really go. And then like, what was it called? Firearm, which had a star by it. I love seeing a little star. I said, let me try that. He just rapped. It's just a ongoing like flow freestyle. And mind you, loved when Wayne did it. It wasn't given with him. He also just like tried to rap things together that I was like, nah.
That ain't
like,
it.
He even tried to say in Raven's house, like talking about Raven Simone, and it just wasn't, it wasn't giving. So guys, you are getting R&B from me today. And this is actually probably going to be a song that y'all about to hear all over the motherfucking radio. And since I spoke to the white women earlier, I want to speak to the black man.
Oh.
Black man.
Hey, black man.
Jacquees, keep your motherfucking ass off the motherfucking remix of this song. I like it how it is. We don't need you. You sing like this through your nose, and I don't want to hear you anymore, okay? Stop remixing the good shit. Sorry. Sorry. So Jacquees don't sound like...
No.
No, you sound like...
No.
Sorry, that's how...
No.
Jacquees gives me... Baby boy, what are you doing?
I don't mind his voice,
First
actually.
off, you must not have heard him sing the motherfucking national anthem.
Oh, well,
did you hear him sing the national anthem?
Most people should not be singing the national anthem.
Did you? Bro,
no, but
the Lakers players were laughing.
I'm not gonna stream the national anthem, so I don't care how. The national anthem is a really fucking hard song to sing.
Is it?
Yes.
For real?
Yes. Acapella, it's
Bitch,
all over the place.
It ain't giving Whitney. It's just I sang it every morning growing up.
Okay, Whitney is God. Like we can't do that.
I just don't know how hard it is if I sung it every morning of my childhood.
It wasn't
with my hand across my heart.
I'm willing to tell you, no matter how many hands you put up across your heart, that it did not under any circumstance sound like Whitney.
You is not a real singer if you can't listen.
Most people cannot sing the national anthem. Christina Aguilera is a real singer, and she fucked up the national anthem at the Super Bowl. You don't remember that? She fucked up the words.
Hold on. Oh, not
State Farm.
So what happened was, I'm logged into ours. We ain't paid for premium, bitch. We got ads.
Well,
I got to sign back into mine. Shout out to Asante, by the way, for sharing his premium. And if you don't know, if you have a YouTube premium, you can't share it with 5 friends. But yeah. Oh shit. Oh.
Please turn this off. Please turn this off.
No, you was just capping for him, bro.
No, caping is the word.
Whatever.
I wasn't
it's
capping.
It's spelled the same though, right?
No, he's capping. This is cap. This is singer's cap.
He not pushing P?
No, he's not pushing. No.
Stop.
He needs to push, please. We can just.
Okay, sorry.
That's enough.
All right.
I think that's enough.
Bro, I'm just telling you. So I was speaking to you, man. you Black King, please don't fuck up this song. And so the song that I'm speaking of is DFMU, Don't Fuck Me Up, by LMA. And I've been waiting for LMA for a long time, and I believe she delivered. Have you heard this song?
No.
You haven't? Perfect.
I deliberately did not want to listen to this because I knew you were going to play it, and I wanted my reaction to be
Okay, so I want to know your reaction because I actually played it.
I'm not an LMA fan.
I played it like 3 times.
Okay.
I was like, ooh, I like it.
Let's see.
So here we go. This is Don't Fuck Me Up, LMA. And I'm going to let it rock a little bit just so you can even get to the chorus.
Okay. She love a little piano intro.
Shout out to her. Okay. Look at you picking up on the instruments. Don't let me down, all right? Yes. Okay.
Okay.
See? Okay.
All right.
I liked it. I really liked it. I enjoyed it. And I was just like, okay. I'm hoping that she comes through with a lot. And I really hope that, again, she stays away from people remixing her shit and it being bigger as a remix. Because, I mean, I just really enjoy this song. Glad to have her back. I was a fan of hers. She went away for quite some time. So hopefully she regrouped and she could give us, like, I love it. She sounded great, too.
Good.
Yeah, you liked it?
It was all right.
It was all right.
It was all right.
Okay.
I like the consistency. You know, I like when an artist can give us some consistency. I think, I'm not personally a big fan of her voice, but I think that she has a sound, and I think that it works for what she puts out. Like, I don't think she tries too hard. You know what I mean? I think it's good.
I think what I like about her too is, I mean, she's staying away from the whispers, which a lot of the other girls are doing. Yeah. And so she's just coming in with and laying her vocals, and I can appreciate that because we talked about it. A lot of the R&B girls are you ain't able to really tell the difference. If you're on a goddamn playlist that is just mixing and mashing a whole bunch of R&B girls,
we won't know.
You won't.
We just won't know.
You kind of won't know.
Which is why I'm not. I mean, we can shout out Sabrina Claudio, but
I did like that. It's that song too.
Yeah, it's on repeat. But
look, not you. Okay,
it's Black History Month. I can't.
I know
I'm not gonna give her no burn.
You're right. We can't play Sabrina Claudio during.
Sorry,
I'm gonna play her in March.
It's a good. It's Women's Month in March, so we could play Women's Month in March for that. That's fine. But I did. We're gonna.
Oh, you petty.
Mandii and I decided that we should talk TV on Thursday on our Friday episode.
Wait, you don't have a freshly squeezed?
I do.
Oh, okay.
But I gotta preface my freshly squeezed with saying that I can't wait to discuss Euphoria at length when we come in here.
Yes.
Because I'm a huge Labyrinth fan. I was a Labyrinth fan prior to his involvement with Euphoria. If y'all don't know who Labyrinth is, I suggest you look him up.
Look, and here I go thinking, isn't that like?
I mean, Jay knows.
It's illegal in the US,
I only
right?
ever gotta look, and I know Jay's gonna know who I'm talking
Labyrinth.
about.
That's something that's illegal in the US, right?
What? What's illegal in the US?
You know what I'm talking about?
Labyrinth?
It's like you can't have it. I think only in New Orleans you can drink it.
Oh, that's a drink.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking of. I was like, why would he name himself that? That's what I was thinking of. What is a labyrinth? Absinthe. Rob, you really be knowing this shit. Thank you, Rob.
I can't believe you pieced that together. You speak Mandii fluently.
Not he speaks Mandii.
He speaks Mandii.
But you must go to New Orleans. You know that's the only place you could drink it.
The fact that I'm still Labyrinth and Absinthe don't sound alike.
Are you kidding me?
It's the nth.
It's the nth. It's the nth.
That's why I said Rob speaks Mandii. He's like, oh, the nth. Y'all would be great taboo partners. That would work. That would work really well. But so Labyrinth is one of scores the music for Euphoria. And if you watch Euphoria, then you understand how dramatic and cinematic not only the shots are, but the music is to match.
Yes.
And so there's a song that he did with James Blake. who I love. It's dark and emo, which is so perfect for New York weather right now. And it's called Pick Me Up, and I love it. I'm not gonna play too much of it because it's slow, but it's beautiful, and I love all things James Blake and Labyrinth. So this is called Pick Me Up.
All right.
I love James Blake's voice, man.
I could sound like this. That other one,
No,
my
yeah.
voice doesn't get that high. I can do this.
I don't know if you can.
Okay.
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna go with no.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I had to put a gunshot in
I
there.
just wanted to play a little bit just because it's just, yeah.
Nah.
Man, I told you, Mandy, because she wasn't going to let that rock for too long.
I mean, no, I was gonna let
she
it go
wasn't.
just with a gunshot, maybe
Not with it. No.
add some spice
It's
to
too
it.
emo for the gunshot.
It is.
But
It
it's
sounds
called Pick Me
wonderful,
Up.
though.
It's James Blake and Labyrinth. If y'all are in an emo mood, it's definitely a good song to get into and watch Euphoria. We're gonna talk Euphoria on the episode later on this week. But yeah, we're gonna talk TV. Mandy and I are long winded as fuck, so we really gotta like chop shit in half. But it's great for us
So
because
Thursdays now, because I know the last few weeks,
Yeah.
we have not gotten to TV, and normally it's at the end of our
Right.
our outline,
Right.
but we just don't get to it. So we are also giving you guys time because we don't want to hear shit about them spoiler alerts, even though we can't spoil shit about someone's life. You could just go on Wikipedia, but we are going to talk about the Janet doc. So if you haven't yet, it is on Lifetime and Annie. So if you haven't. If you haven't yet, definitely just be sure to check out the Janet doc. We're going to be talking about that. And then as well as the first 7 episodes of Ozark. I'm hoping we're able to get into that too. So 3 big stuff that we'll talk about. And we're not going to spend much time on the Aziz doc, but I have my thoughts on that. But,
Okay.
there's that. We'll get to
talk
that on
about
Thursday. So you trying to get to the shit that we don't care about?
Please, God.
All right.
Let's get to it.
All right. Well, listen. Last week, yes, I'm clapping my motherfucking hands now.
We're clapping about it today.
That's when you know you upset. So last week, I didn't give a fuck about the M&Ms. And this week, I don't give an even bigger fuck. First off, I just shouted out Florida. A bitch is from Orlando, Florida. Bitch, how y'all fucking with Minnie Mouse, bro? Minnie Mouse? Minnie Mouse? So, Minnie Mouse has now been changed into a more inclusive look with a pantsuit. And
God.
I'm fed up because here's the thing. Here's my issue with this. And yes, this isn't going to be a male bashing moment. But when are we putting the men in high-heeled boots or skirts or dresses to include everyone and make everything like, what is the problem with almost taking away the femininity of things in order to include everyone? I don't understand this process at all. Mind you, I've been someone on board and having a ton of conversations with the trans community and people who are just identifying as what they want to identify as. And whether you're a man, a woman, whether you're transitioning, like things that make you feel good is literally a part of inclusivity.
Right.
I'm sorry, in no way, personally, as a woman who does identify as more feminine, do I feel better in a pantsuit than a dress. I really like wearing dresses, and dresses make us happy. So the idea that you're almost removing high heels and dresses and things from these characters as if it's to include or make a statement, I'm not understanding that. Women are powerful. Females are powerful. Women that are, bleed every month are powerful. Femininity is powerful.
Yeah.
And to me, with all of the removing of the things that we see as feminine.
Right.
Even when we talk about it, and I mean, shit, men done took nail polish away from us. If you really want to talk about it, all the Gen Z guys, they wear polish now. That's not even a feminine thing anymore. I remember growing up in the 90s, if you paint your nails, you're on the spectrum.
You're a rock star.
And when I say spectrum, I'm talking about the scale, the Kinsey scale, that is.
Oh.
That's what I'm talking about. Not on the mental spectrum.
No, I know.
But on the Kinsey scale. And so it's just bothering me that all of the movements to make statements involve removing the things that as women we enjoy. I remember enjoying putting on dresses and twirling around. I think that being removed is bothering me.
Well, because it's not, because now the ideology around inclusion is not creating the new space of what it looks like. It's editing. It's editing something that already exists.
There we go.
And that to me doesn't look like inclusion, right? I think inclusion means providing something that represents that, right? And we've talked about this before.
Hey, I need Mickey Mouse. I need him to get on some hoop earrings.
Yeah, I need
Let's go ahead and balance this shit out.
Let's give Mickey Mouse some pink gloves instead.
Oh,
why not?
No. Actually,
since we have completely gender assigned pink and blue to boys and girls,
but that's why, you know what? Now I just switched it up. Bamboo hoop earrings.
Okay,
that's what I need.
All right.
You know what? Make them in the shape of a heart. That's what I need, the bamboo hoop earrings. Now, baby, you know them things. And if you really want to sit here and let the little boys and stuff know, they're only 99 cents at a hair store. So everyone can wear them.
That's true.
Everyone can paint them with the clear nail polish and they won't turn.
Yeah.
But get Mickey Mouse some bamboo hoop earrings so we can do this together.
Corporations, y'all don't have to edit and make one and just like put all of the checked boxes onto one character. Like they don't have to be.
It's only the women characters.
They don't have to be like Black and Asian and trans, and like you can just create a character that exists as that's inclusion. Representation is inclusion, right? Not checking all the boxes and throwing it into one. That's lazy. That's not inclusion.
I want to know the people on the head, because I'm convinced actually the people making these changes watch Sims porn. Like, do you know how many times, like, there's no other, why are y'all sexualizing these cartoons? But then I thought about it. A bitch went on Pornhub last night and bitch, it was cartoons fucking. And I said, the niggas making these changes, they got to watch cartoon porn.
Wow.
Bro, it's got to be the people who watch cartoon porn.
It might
and I don't know who does. Look, Jay, you making that face? Rob, you know anybody that get off to cartoon porn? All I know is it got to be cartoon porn that's making them change and put them into suits instead of a fucking polka dot dress, bitch.
Right.
Why are you giving her a polka dot suit?
Representation is about every single individual having a representative for that indivival. It's not
they
about
representing the people that watch cartoon porn.
It's not about compounding.
Yeah,
that's
what they doing, bruh.
Yeah, like your dream Eminem
your dream
has on Air Force Ones.
Bro,
that's your dream. Like your dream woman, if she was an Eminem, was to be an Air Force Ones.
But wait
not
a second,
boots.
Your dream rat, they're definitely from New York. Then put her into a fucking pantsuit. Your dream rat.
Your dream mouse got on a pantsuit. Your dream rat.
By the way, and
whatever.
I only want to say, this is for sure the men making these calls, because we are dropping like a cartoon. It was only men talking about not liking your drawing of the cartoon. So now I spoke to him. We gonna do some changes.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, it's a cartoon,
but
guys.
I'm also not gonna let a cartoon give me body dysmorphia either. Okay. Like I'm okay. I promise I'm okay. So really, I'm really okay.
But it's because you're not trying to fuck cartoons. They were looking at your cartoon like, I will fuck. I don't know if I will fuck that cartoon with a fupa. It is a cartoon.
It's totally okay if you don't want to fuck the cartoon version of me. I promise it's okay with me. I promise I'm not going to take it personal if you don't want to fuck the cartoon version of me. No love lost. I promise, no love lost.
What else did you not care about this week?
Man, oh motherfucking man. Can y'all please stop making words on the ground with your money?
Bro.
Most of y'all cannot conjugate certain verbs in real life and on Twitter. Autocorrect has given up on you. And you still spelling shit wrong, making statements on the internet, but you somehow, some way can spell out words with money. Stop doing that. Didn't y'all's grandmothers tell you don't put your purse on the floor, you don't put your hat on the bed, and you don't put your money on the you don't put your money on the floor.
Oh, you really brought it old school there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Make it stop. Y'all are not impressing anybody. You're not impressing me with how much money you got. You're not impressing me, because I know you had to think twice before you spelled all those words on. You had to proofread it before you posted that picture.
A lot of them removed the Y and O and U and wrote haters with a Z instead of haters. Like they were limiting letters out of a lot of those words. But it was probably because they didn't have enough money to spell out.
You're just letting me know that you still can't spell. And that money has not gone to good use because you are not at work and you took the time to spell out fucking words incorrectly with money on the ground. Stop it.
A lot of us,
I don't care about
I
how
hang
much,
with my friends. A lot of people don't carry cash. imagine getting an ATM fee just to take it home to spell it out on your floor. Niggas was going to the ATM to get money, and then they had to go to the bodega because ATMs don't give you dollar bills. I didn't see many people with 20s. A lot of them were spelling with dollar bills. So now you got to go to the bodega and ask for cash.
Do you see how high up that camera had to be to capture all of the words?
Now imagining them
So
setting
now
that
it's
up.
set design? What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? Y'all really had set design to say, yeah, well, fuck the haters. That's what we doing? Please, can we find some better use of our time in 2022?
Fuck the haters.
I'm tired. That shit is so dumb. Y'all are really dumb, for real.
Just because it's Black History Month, I will also say in February, can we stop posting about Julia Fox? Because the girl is not it. She's not even cute.
Stop trying to make fetch happen.
It's not gonna Julia Fox is not gonna happen. Outside of that, now Kanye's dressing her and she's doing more with her makeup and it's still not giving. Sorry, it's just not. I don't see it for the girl.
No.
I do not see it for the girl, and I'm mad that I didn't get the another soundbite that I wanted. But I guess another announcement. We're not going to give a round of applause, but another announcement is due to congratulate Nick Cannon, who is expecting his 8th child, and I feel like that number 8 is literally just happened over the last 18 months. We've been talking about Nick Cannon creating all of these children. And he is now accepting his 8th child with Johnny Manziel's ex. She looks like the rest of all the other baby mamas, but she's beautiful. I assume
It's biracial.
That's what it's giving,
baby. Yeah,
No, I think
it's a biracial baby.
It's funny because somebody tweeted the picture of what the U.S. population is going to look like by like 2075, and they said it's all because of Nick Cannon. We're all gonna look biracial because of Nick Cannon and his sperm and them eggs. And
listen, we might have to put out a PSA to protect Nick Cannon at all costs because the population control people gonna be real upset. They're gonna be real upset when they find out Nick Cannon out here just increasing the population one little black baby at a time.
Not one little black baby at a time.
I'm not mad at it. But,
And real quick, if you guys are looking forward to our Thursday conversation with TV, we do have 2 shows on here that we just don't give a fuck about.
Yeah.
The Bobby Brown doc
Yeah.
is one. I feel like Bobby Brown has been included in a ton of movies and docs for me to feel like I kind of get it already.
I want him to find peace in his life.
I was about to say he also lost the love of his life and his daughter
and his son.
I
want him to find peace and not be in the public eye anymore.
What's the word for that? When you
what?
When they're like using someone for, you know what, y'all?
Exploitation.
There we go. Girl, and see, you
I
might
speak
Mandii
too. I speak Mandii too.
I was like, bitch, you know when they use people.
When they using people.
No.
I could have been like trafficking.
No.
I didn't say trafficking.
No.
Exploitation.
So they're exploiting him. I feel like, or maybe he's exploiting himself with, for the means of $1. And it's just
too much.
It's unsettling.
It's too much.
I don't want that.
No.
I'm good for it.
There's a show on Lifetime called My Killer Body with K. Michelle that is also coming out. And the reason I don't care about this is because I miss K. Michelle music. I'm an R&B singer, but I love her voice and I miss her music, and so this is something we put on the list that we don't care about because it's botched. But I think it looks like the trailer looks like botched, but with black women, and I don't want to watch any more trauma to black women, which I know is not the purpose of the show. Purpose of the show, as she says, is to save a life. But I also, I'm a K. Michelle music fan, so I didn't care about this. I'm not really going to tune into that.
Yeah, I don't think I tune into it either. Yeah. But also, I don't like blood. I don't like looking at things that is like deformed by your choice. Like, no.
There's a lot of shows. I realize, like,
I barely like going to LA and looking at their faces. All them women with the fucking lip fillers and the cheeks and the forehead Botox. I could barely look at them when I go to LA. I'd be like, God damn.
America is also really obsessed with like shows. Like, there's a pimple popper. Like, people watch the pimple popper shit. People are into like.
I mean, I ain't gonna hold you. I did watch the lady eating crab legs.
Okay.
because that was interesting. Because she
For
doesn't
like the ASMR stuff.
No, I mean, it does give that, but bro, her nails be so long, and I'm just
Oh,
like,
that's gross.
sis, how are you eating
It's
these?
giving bacteria. It's giving cross
But
contamination.
I enjoyed
good.
watching it. I mean, it's only her eating it.
But I'm just saying, like, Americans in general are obsessed with that kind of stuff. We're obsessed
Yes.
with like serial killer docs.
I ain't
and,
gonna
like,
hold you. Y'all need to watch the Times Square Killer.
Yeah,
I did
true crime stuff. Like we're
love it.
obsessed with that
I
kind
love
of
it.
stuff. We're obsessed with plastic surgery. We're obsessed with like body. We're just it's amazing to see like how many different types of shows people are tuning into that are about like, you know, just crazy topics, really deranged things. But
Well, also, speaking of deranged, if you guys want to
Yeah.
hear, coming up on Patreon, we have an episode where Bridget discusses how she would date a serial killer. So that kind of content is only exclusive to Patreon.
I'm not even going to provide the context for y'all.
No,
y'all have
no.
to tune into the episode.
Just tune into
like
the
I'm not even
episode.
going to give y'all no spoilers, no
I
treats.
believe that
Y'all got to
episode
tune in.
drops next week.
Yes.
But make sure, again, you support us if you haven't yet by joining us on Patreon. That is
Yeah.
patreon.com/see the thing is pod. And I mean, shit.
Before we get out of here.
Yeah, I was actually just going to say, make sure you check out our new YouTube channel.
Yes.
Type in See the Thing Is and go to the official See the Thing Is podcast YouTube channel.
Yes.
Hit that subscribe button. You'll get notifications. Everything will be there for you. By the way, you will be able to see us every week on Wednesday by 12 noon on
Yes.
YouTube and on Saturday by 12 noon.
Saturday visually.
And yeah, so I think we'll
What we getting out of here too, sis? We had to.
We had to. Because Rihanna is queen, and we're never getting music from her ever again.
Y'all can give up. Y'all
Wait,
can give
by the
that
way,
up.
hold on.
Y'all
real
can
quick,
give
I
that
thought we
up.
were going to end.
We're not
You
gonna
said in
end.
the car, I need you to tell the world, you fine not ever getting music from Rihanna again?
Yeah,
I need you to elaborate, because I would like some music from her.
I'm okay.
Why?
Because number one, I love everything Rihanna's put out up until this point. Number one. Number two, she's moved on. She's living her life. And maybe, to be honest, I don't think she's done forever, but I think she's trying to live a little bit more so that she can have more material when she feels inspired to do it. At this point, she should not make music unless she really feels inspired to make music. I just think she's in a different point in her life. I think she's enjoying her life. She's enjoying her love. She's having a baby. Like, she looks happy. I know I'm reading comments about people not liking the reveal, and it's ghetto, and it's just...
It wasn't ghetto. I just didn't like it.
People are just mad in general. You're not, but people are just mad in general that she's pregnant, right? And I think Rihanna has always set the tone for what it is that she wants, how it is she wants to look, how it is she wants to be received. And I think she's really living life on her terms. And I think her pregnancy is a testament to that. And that's why I don't want her to make any more music unless she really wants to fucking do it. I'm okay. I'm okay with it, because think about how many quality albums she's put out in the last 15 years.
Yeah, and I told
Quality.
you, I really like
start to finish. We
Rated
can listen to
R.
them. Yes.
Loud is where
Anti.
well, this is coming from Anti.
Yeah.
All right.
Talk That Talk was good. Unapologetic was fire. Like, she's got...
You look so dumb right now.
She's... All right. No,
Okay,
no.
sorry.
That was a Jacquees. That was a Jacquees remix.
Don't do that.
That's how that
All right.
sounded.
All right. Y'all, we out of here.
Yeah.
We working, baby.
Yeah, we
See
working,
you guys
baby.
again on...
See you in a couple days.
See you in a couple days. See you guys on Thursday. We're here Thursday. See
We're
you guys
here.
Friday.
Yeah.
Friday.
Yeah.
Add us into your podcast roll. Again, make sure you follow us on Instagram at See the Thing Is Pod, and on Twitter at See the Thing Is _. And holla. We'll see y'all next week.
Yeah.
Or at the end of the week. God damn, I'm gonna
We'll
have to
see you in a couple days.
Okay, my bad.
Damn.
All right, we're gonna see y'all. Bye, y'all.
Have a good day.